What I'd like to do is this exercise number 4, which is write a 2-number calculator that will ask for the numbers and then the operator. Now, did I ask you how to ask for the operator? Should I use a char for the operator? So because it's a plus and minus, and is this going to be a char? Or you're going to ask user type 1 for plus, type 2 for whatever, and it's up to you. You can choose whatever you want. And I think the easiest is the switch. You ask the number, you ask the user to give you 1 for plus, 2 for, but we're going to do both just for fun, so we can learn both things, and we need to do that quite quickly. So let's start. Bismillah. So another exercise, another project. Every time try to always create a project for each exercise. Now I need a scanner again because I need to read something. So scanner key B, just to be creative. Scanner system dot in. Now I need to ask the user to give us 2 numbers. So please enter 2 numbers. And let's just remove the ln. And we need those 2 numbers. Because it's a calculator, I just would like to make it double. Nothing mentioned what kind of number, but because I just would like to have some number 1 to be a double. Next, double. And number 2, same thing. Now the operator. I'm just going to make it int for operator. Why is it int? Well, because I would like to ask the user, please type, and I'm just going to put it this way, 1 for addition, and 2 multiplication, 3 or subtraction, multiplication, and division. Did I miss something? Yeah, why not? The module is the reminder of division. Why not? I don't know. Reminder? Let's just stick to it. No problems. Now, I'm going to ask, please type 1 for the addition, 2 for the subtraction, 3 for multiplication, and so I'm asking for a number. So, your choice. So what is the choice? I mean, your choice is, and then the user is going to type 1, 2, or 3, or whatever. So this is going to be put into this operator. Now it's quite easy because I can use a switch. The switch operator, if the operator, then I have different cases. If it's 1, I should do the, and you know what, I'm going to add another variable. I'm going to call it result. And in that, it will be easier for me just to get the result is equal to number 1 plus number 2. And I need a break. I copy it and paste, and I'm almost done. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the subtraction, the multiplication, the division. Remember the division, I need to be careful. I cannot divide by.
Can you use if?
I should use an if. But now, if what?
Number 2
If number 2
equal
is equal to 0,
Or number 1
no.
well, number 1 is equal to 0 is not a problem, it's not an exception. You divide 0 by something, that's not a problem. But if you divide something by 0, that's not possible for the computer. So, which one?
If you want the opposite, like
If-
what he wants,
Well,
I mean, what if he wants the second number to be divided by?
yes, well, but generally we divide, well, we're going to just divide by the second. We assume that we divide by the second number, not we divide by the first. That's a good question. We didn't say which one is the first. But by saying on the 2 numbers, the first one is going to be divided by, like, or by the second one. That's the assumption. But let's just, okay, if the number 2 is equal to 0, assuming that the second number is the one that is going to be divided by, what should we do?
Error.
Display error. Else, we do the calculation. But now we have a problem. We're going to see is going to tell us, well, this result maybe is going to be a problem. What if, I mean, do I need to have default? Maybe the user is going to give me a number that doesn't exist there. I'm just going to say wrong choice. And that's it. Do we need to put a break here?
No.
Well, if you put it, it doesn't hurt, but it's not really necessary because there's nothing else. It's just going to finish anyways. And now the only thing that I need to do is to display the result is, and then result. Oh. But then there's a problem. Why there is a problem? It tells me variable result might not have been initialized.
Maybe inside.
Because it's capital R? No, it's not capital R, it's just R.
No, it's highlighted also.
It's highlighted, that means it's recognized, that's the variable that I declared. So I declared, but it's not talking about, it's not complaining about it's not declared. It's complaining about being initialized, which means it might not have a value in it. Why is it complaining? It has a value. I'm putting it a value here and here. In all cases, I'm putting a value. Even in this case, I'm putting a value. But hold on. In the case number 4, in one case, it's going to have a value, but in another case, it will never have a value. Like in the case where there's an error. So, because imagine that the number 2 is 0, and it comes to here. So I declared the results. I did not put inside of it anything, and I came here. The number I decided the user decided to divide. So we reached this step. We check that the second number is 0, and it is 0, and then we display error, and then we get out, and then we find ourselves to display result. Okay, what's inside of it? We never put anything inside of it because in that special scenario, we never put anything inside of it. So the solution. Let's put something here. What should I don't know. Let's put 0. Or put it here.
But the 0 will not work.
If I put it up, I don't need to put it down there. But if I don't put it here, it's really necessary for me to have it initialized somewhere here. Oh, sorry. But that's the problem that you may face. So when you have some kind of, now it's still showing this because I need to save. As soon as I save, it's gone. No, it's not. Why? Do we still have a problem? It's the same error message again. What's the problem?
You initialize it in the beginning.
No, we did not.
So initialize it in the beginning and delete it.
But why I initialize it here? Why is it a problem now? Is there a possibility that I'm displaying it without being initialized? Well, yes.
Yes.
Imagine the user doesn't give me one of the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 5, for example. This 5 is going to make me land in the default, which is going to display wrong choice. It did not change anything. It did not, initialize the variable result. So I'm asking to display a variable that has never been initialized. So that's why it's better to move this here, and now I don't have any problem anymore. So just be careful. When you have this if, else if, and everything, and you have some kind of variables that you don't initialize, or you initialize only in one of the specific cases, you have to be careful that maybe in some cases, if they're not initialized, you cannot use this kind of way. While I can do something by displaying every time I put the system.out.println line here inside the cases, then the problem would be solved. But I now chose to do this just to show you something different. Okay? Do you want to try it? So now please enter two numbers, 5 and 7. Please type 1 for addition, etc. If I type A9, okay, say wrong choice, the result is 0. Well, it's not really meaningful. It would have been probably better to display these inside the cases of the switch. But I would have lost this discussion. Now if I type 5 and 7 and then type, for example, 1, I'm just displaying the result is 12. All right? Okay, so that's it.